Well, one of the things I was just talking to a sister I just met, Danny. Where you at?
Danny!
Danny.
That's my
Yeah,
sister.
yeah. She shared something really nice, and it's bear repeating because that was the same feeling I got when I stepped in this center. I said, "Wow, this is it." For years I've been actually thinking about doing a local festival of this nature, but one of the things that was important, that was critical, because when we talk about health, we talk about diet, we talk about exercise, we talk about your health plan and getting checkups and all this kind of stuff. I've been to those health fairs, but one of the things that we just forgotten is nature. And if you want to talk about, you can't talk about health and not talk about nature. When you look at people who are living healthy, long, beautiful lives, in every case, there's a connection with nature. Especially people living beyond 100 years old. It's like, oh yeah, they're in their garden all day, every day. They're out connecting. And this is what this was about. It was my intention to organize this type of event in this center, because one, it's right in the, you can be in here and not, you could drive. So many people either drove over. How many of y'all got lost? Tell the truth. Exactly. You wouldn't even know this is here. You just drive by and you would not know this is here. Like basically free food. Okay, the best food, better than organic. Okay, so it was really, thank you for sharing that with me, because, like I said, if you feel uncomfortable, then you have some work to do. We have to come to a point where we can come out here in 80, 90 degrees, barefooted, mosquitoes and all, and not feel phased, not want to run for. I mean, I know we got to be under the shade, because it would just be, just too much. Y'all not ready for that. We gonna graduate. We gonna work towards that. Yes, baby steps, like that, baby steps. So connecting with nature. That's really the message I want to share with you today. Because as we connect with nature, then we naturally would gravitate to this type of cuisine, to a raw food cuisine, or a fresh food cuisine. Foods that naturally have water. I mean, that's one of the things we always talk about is how much water are you drinking. But I flip it. I said, no, it's not about how much water you're drinking, because you drinking that processed spring water, it's just running right through you, and your body is not actually hydrating you. You have to eat your water. Okay, it doesn't make sense, especially for the vegans. The vegans to eat, all of the processed starches. Okay, and then drink their gallon of water. That's not going to cut it. We have to eat our water. Our food should really mimic the Constitution. I mean, we're 70, 80% water. A lot of fruits and vegetables are what? 70, 80% water. And if we're eating that as our primary consumption, drinking water is not as necessary, especially gallon and half gallon. All this is like, I mean, I'm going to actually do a blog coming up, like questioning the fact: are we drinking too much water? See, nobody. I mean, that's just like totally flipping the whole thing upside down. So yeah. So if we're eating our water, we're eating mostly fruits, vegetation, vegetables, and then complementing it with nuts, seeds, herbs, etc. Things like salt, spices. Then we're basically at an optimal level, in terms of being able to really not only eat efficiently, but eat sustainably. And a lot of people love to talk about sustainability, and as I said, you know, at, we're 70% water. The food that we eat should be at least 70% water. The earth is 70% water. Okay, so you see these parallels, and if we take care of this earth, then everything else is going to be taken care of. We're not going to have to worry about the ocean. We're not going to have to worry about the greenhouse gases. We're not going to have to worry about the ozone. We're not going to have to worry about any of those things. We take care of this earth. We got to love this earth. Yeah, we got love for the animals. Okay? We have compassion. That's the word that they like to use. But what about this animal? So for our plant-friendly vegan, friends, it's not going to be enough if you want to live really a fulfilling life, because that processed soy and processed starches that's a cancer diet. It's high in protein, yes, but protein. This is all protein. There's plenty of protein right here. So, 6, how many years ago was that? 7 years ago now. Wow. Speaking of age, tomorrow, my Earth Day. Thank you. 47. Yes. So, 2012, seven years ago, published my book, Paradise Health. I started writing it in 2006, and really it started when I started doing juice cleanses for, like, we doing group juice cleanses, and when people outside of this local area wanted to participate, I put together a manual so they could follow along. So that's the seed, that's the genesis of this book. It's a lot of philosophical ideas and beliefs. Some I just touched on, but basically it's a detox manual. It's a foundation because that's really the first step. We're coming out here. We're definitely detoxing out here. So just being out here, listening to the birds, feeling that breeze. Just the colors, being around and having your eyes have to, focus on the sunlight and just being in this is a healing place, so detox is at the foundation of anything. We constantly have to cleanse and give maintenance to this vehicle. Anybody who especially if you buy a new car and you lease it or finance it, the dealership is going to make sure that you bring it in for scheduled maintenance, okay? Because they know that's going to allow that vehicle to run much longer, or it's basically going to operate at an optimal level. So where's the scheduled maintenance? This is the scheduled maintenance manual, Paradise Health. That's part of it. Okay, so we got to become more juicy. It's all about the juice. So we have to drink more juice, and we have to eat more juice. Eat more water. Allow that to be where you get your food. So if you're doing your vegan pancakes and waffles and bagels and cereals and oatmeal, and then you follow it up with your water, that water is running right through your tissues. It's not going to really sink in and hydrate. See, if you're eating apples and cabbage and kale, now your body has to process that protein in a way where it has to suck out that juice. Okay, and that's really where the hydration at the deepest level happens. See, if we're not doing that, then our bodies are going to really form a lot of mucus, And mucus is the foundation of all disease. Mucus and dehydration. You know, you could be drinking all your water and be dehydrated because you're not eating fresh food as your primary source of calories. So very, very important. I want to leave you with that message. This is the time now, especially in the summertime. You know, our appetite should wane somewhat because the sun is food. You know, the sun is food. We're getting more sun. So this is really processed sunlight. You know, we're eating light. You know, if you're eating food that's cooked by fire, whether it's a microwave, deep fryer, oven, stovetop, that food becomes dark. Okay, and it produces darkness in the body. Okay, we want to produce light. You know, and light is colors. Orange, red, green. That's light. We're eating light. You know, and if we eat light, then we become light. And of course, disease and illness, and that doesn't have to be a part of our reality. All right. So I'll get into again a lot of what when I do food, and next month we're going to be doing a retreat. We'll be doing a certification with my mentor and teacher, Dr. Reese Latham, who is really credited as the father of raw food gourmet, as noted in the Oxford Food for Encyclopedia for Food and Drink. He started doing raw food cuisine back in the 70s. You know, before we even knew what was vegetarian. He was already way ahead of most people. So I had the blessing and the opportunity to learn from him, and we're going to be working together, you know, in Jamaica, you know, eating the best food. You know, so like I said, I've mentioned before, a lot of, you know, it's all of this food here you see, feel free to walk through, pick a leaf, take it home, put it in your mouth, you know, it's free. All right. So that's what I did here today. We're basically going to do I don't know how to lock this. Oh, okay.
It's an organic microphone.
Trying to create this hands free so I can have my hands.
I have so many jobs.
Okay. All right. I'll just put it right here.
That's not that.
All right. Okay. So basically, what I'm gonna do is because again, you know, Mother Nature is the chef, the ultimate chef. You know, she's taking the food. She has the earth, the moon, the sun, the rain, the wind. These are all of the intangibles that are going into this plant food. Okay, so basically all I'm doing is just providing a little enhancement. Of course, for me to say that I can enhance anything that Mother Nature could do is somewhat of a disrespect. But yes, I'm gonna try my best. So all I'm gonna do, you know, I've cut up cabbage. We have some collard. We have some kale. It's a little. Oh, there's some chard. So basically a mix of that, and over here I got some apples, some real apples. So these are real apples. You know the apples you see, and they say whole foods, organic. You know, that's why I don't trip on organic. You know, this has become commercial. You know, the word organic is not what it used to be, and it never will be because again, it's been co-opted. And is it better than conventional? It probably is. It probably is. But it's when you can come and you can see integrity. Not any one of these apples look the same. Just do this. You know, these apples don't look the same. They're not the same shape. They're not the same color. You know, and when you see, that's what I call food integrity. You know, food that is, that looks unique and energetically is carrying a uniqueness, just like we're all unique. And so when you see food that's all the same color, it don't have no marks, it don't have, again, flavored. This is flavor. This is tight. You know, again, you go and you get an organic peach, and it's like 3 times the size. So basically, it's almost like it's been pumped with air. This has probably 3 times more nutrition than the organic peach. And when you bite it, it's tight, the flavor is strong. You know, so again, growing right 200 feet from where I'm standing. So I'm gonna use some of that in our sauce, our dressing. So basically all I'm gonna do here is create a dressing that's going to go over our fresh food, our fresh rainbow salad. Okay, so when I go through my classes, one of the things that I talk about is the energy, taste in the mouth. Okay, I go through recipes just like everyone else, but I approach it, or I really allow you to see it from a whole different light. So let me first ask this: how many tastes do we have in the mouth? 5. Now the Ayurvedists will say 6, but I say 5. And what are the 5? Sweet, salt, sour. Okay, bitter. It's spicy, very good. But what do we start with? Sweet and salt. Sweet and salt. And that's what our tongues are looking for initially. Anytime we're looking to eat anything, we're looking for the sweet and the salt. The sour, bitter, and hot, that's what I call the medicinal taste. Okay? And that's where the flavor is. There's no flavor in sweet and salt. There's no flavor in that. The flavor is in the bitter, in the herbs, in the spices, in the peppers, in the lime juice or lemon, the sours or the acidic, the acidic. Those are and really that's it. We're really just, I always make the analogy that we're, when I hear the argument about, especially among fresh fooders, raw food, it's like, oh, we should just eat the food mono. If we eat bananas, we just eat bananas. We eat this, we eat that. Well, I liken it to music. When we listen to music, right, we have voice, we have percussion, we got string, we got horns, we got all these different elements of sound. But we all know you can bring all of those different elements together harmoniously. We create a song, all right, and it enhances. It sounds better than those things individually. We can appreciate the percussion and the vocals, absolutely. Just like I can appreciate this apple, okay. But I feel like, truly Mother Nature, as really I'm working for her in terms of bringing these things that she created in a mono way together harmoniously to create a song. So just like we I mean, no one could say, oh, you should listen to these things individually. Of course, no. Like, where it's going to confuse your ear? Of course not. So this is the way, because one of the big things is food combining. You know, a lot of people like to talk about food combining. And really the whole issue with food combining is there's this one violation, and it's the violation that everybody wants to do. It's protein and starch. Or protein and, or I should say starch and protein, or starch and fat. And it's really the same thing, because really protein and fat are together. Where there's protein, there's fat. So whether you want to say protein and starch, or fat and starch. All of our favorite foods, starch and fat. Pizza, burger, sandwich. I mean, no one eats a potato by itself. You got to put some butter on it, some grease, some sour cream. You know, your rice. You're gonna put some kind of sauce or something. You're gonna put some fat, some protein on that starch. And that's the deadly food combination. That's it. And the thing is like eating your food raw or fresh, you can get away with that combination. Because now, even though protein digests in the gut and starch digests in the mouth, because it's fresh and it has enzymes, again, our body is going to process it more effectively and efficiently. Versus like if we're eating a hamburger, not a hamburger, but a hamburger, basically nothing is going to get processed. And it's going to basically ferment and yeast and mold all into the body. And you're going to, you know, basically have, you may not feel it immediately right off, but eventually years and decades of doing this, breaking these laws is going to show up. So that's one of the things. So let me get right to, let me go ahead and throw this sauce together. So yeah, I mentioned about the 5 tastes, sweet, salt, sour, bitter, hot. So we're gonna make sure that's all represented in our dressing. Most dressings are going to have all 5 represented. Most food should have all 5 represented. Sometimes you may stress one over the other. Like, let's say, you know, when we make our hot sauce, obviously the hot is stressed. If we make something that's, even a dessert, dessert will always usually have a bitter component. Because bitter is actually a sugar. It just has a bitter, you know, it has a different molecular structure which gives it a bitter taste. But bitters are sugars. They're healing sugars. Okay, so no one can say, you know, I hate when I hear don't stop eating sugars. Like, that's our fuel. Everything breaks down into a sugar. So, yes, sweet sugar. Let's be more specific. But sugar is our food. This is all sugar. Greens, sugar. Avocado, nuts, seeds, those are sugar. Okay, those have a different, again, fat sugar, they burn differently than the sweet sugar. All right. Okay, so